we supposed to stop here?
What's going on? You can't just leave us here.
Sir, we lost contact.
With whom?
Everyone.
There appears to be an event happening. It's some kind of attack. The first stage is loss of speech.
Claire? Claire?
The second stage is physical disorientation. The third stage is fatal.
Distributed nationally by 20th Century Fox, The Happening happens everywhere on Friday, June 13th. The film is a dark pandemic thriller from the mind of writer-director M. Night Shyamalan. The film was also released in Europe under the title Phenomena. The Happening begins set in New York's Central Park. All things appear normal when all of a sudden, without explanation, everyone in the park freezes. The parkgoers begin mumbling and speaking in incoherent tongues. Then they all self-terminate. People gouge their faces, jump off buildings, and policemen shoot themselves. Sadly for moviegoers, the beginning is also the high point of the movie. After the New York incident, the movie shifts to Philadelphia. There, science teacher Elliot Moore, played by Mark Wahlberg, is summoned away from his class and told of the news. Schools are closed in Philadelphia and residents begin evacuating after the same incident is repeated in a park there. Elliot meets up with his estranged wife Alma, played by Zooey Deschanel, his best friend Julian, played by John Leguizamo, and Julian's 8-year-old daughter Jess, played by Ashlyn Sanchez. They board a train leaving the city when suddenly the train stops. The passengers soon discover that they are trapped in the middle of nowhere with no institutional contact with the rest of the world. That is also the point in the movie where the plot completely stalls and the film loses all of its built momentum. The characters are forced to scavenge in the Pennsylvania countryside and find themselves in predictable perils seen in many other films of this type. The main characters escape certain death by surviving dangers that easily kill off the peripheral characters and pluck at straws when hypothesizing the cause of the happening. It's really sad that the film stopped evolving because the foundation was set early in the movie for a really good movie. Even when the hypothesizing begins to make sense, it is never really focused enough and the audience was kind of taken for a wild, empty ride. The Happening is a thriller that stopped thrilling, and the subplots between the main characters didn't add anything to the movie. The film had elements of an intelligently written Dawn of the Dead movie in it, but ultimately, when the plot stopped evolving, it really leaves the audience wondering, what was that all about? The film gets an overall rating of 4 from CLM News, and that's out of a possible 10. It also failed to garner a recommendation. Fans looking for a darker film this weekend might do better seeing The Strangers if they haven't already done so. For more on this movie, including clips and a downloadable version of this review, visit www.clmnews.com. Search keyword movie to view other film reviews and news and media. Make clmnews.com your new home for news and notes. For clmnews.com, I'm Will Darius.